This is where I believe that religion got it wrong, and I think this was left out of all of the books on purpose, because they want us to believe that our religion is the truth and keep us fighting between all of the different religions, when in reality, all religions are the truth, because they point to the same things about the laws of the universe. They point to the same things about your vibration. They want us disconnected from God, because God is not outside of us. God is all of creation, and we have every single one of our atoms in our body is God. Everything around us is God. And when you separate yourself like this and think that God is outside of you, that's where you believe that sin is going to be punished by God. But since we are all a part of God, sin is actually an action. And what this action does is it lowers our vibration. So in reality, we are hurting ourselves. Let's look at Jesus in the Bible, for example. He only chose light and was light. He did not choose any darkness at all. And this is why he resembled God so much, because he had the option to choose light or darkness. He was an incarnation of God because he was a piece of God, just like we are all pieces of God and have the option to choose light or darkness. And this is why you see it in the Bible also, some people that were light but chose to sin a little bit, or were completely darkness. And this shows you what happens when you create that action of sin, because it lowers their vibration. When we look at the Hindu religion, they have the chakra system. And when your third eye is open, that's when you vibrate at the highest frequency. This is when there is no sin apparent in your life at all. And when you look at the chakra system, the higher you vibrate, the higher chakra you are, the higher your frequency and the higher your light. And this is why Jesus was only light. And I'm going to give a few examples. And this is the same in every religion. This affects humans the same no matter what your religion is. So when you create a sin, it is not the act that God is punishing you for, because since we are all God, we are hurting ourselves when we sin. It lowers our vibration. So for example, when you drink alcohol, your vibration lowers because you're not able to connect to consciousness as well, because alcohol lowers your vibration and you separate further from your third eye because it calcifies it. Also, we have gluttony. We were never meant to eat 3 meals a day. This is why Jesus fasted so much. When our body is continuously trying to digest food, we are expending energy on digesting the food rather than connecting to our consciousness. This also goes with the type of food that we eat, because when we're eating meat is dead energy. We are literally killing the animal, and we are also taking on the vibration and the trauma of that animal when we consume it. This is why the God diet was fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, everything that was born from the sun, which is the true energy source of everything. So when we eat things like fruit, our vibration is a lot higher because we can digest it faster. It is only made of light. Fruits have electrolytes, minerals, vitamins. But when you consume things like processed foods, anything that's really not healthy for you, sugar, this lowers your vibration because it is not light. It is not vibrating at a high frequency, which fruits, vegetables, everything grown by the sun are vibrating at. And I'm going to use one last example because I know a lot of people in the newer generations are struggling with this, and it's the adult content that you can watch online. We got to think about why it's free in the first place. They want you to expend your life force energy, your sexual energy, because this lowers your vibration. And this also has to do with sleeping with multiple partners. When you're sleeping with many different people, not only are you connecting with them vibrationally and energetically, you are giving your energy to multiple different sources. So this is why it talks about in the Bible doing your inner work, actually going within and understanding what's actually hurting you when you sin, because a sin is not something you're going to be punished by God for. It's literally hurting yourself because it lowers your vibration. And this is why it talks about in the Bible and other different religions being equally yoked. This is when two partners have done their inner work and then come together and make the relationship vibrate at such a high level. So this is why I believe religions are obviously a great guide for life, but it teaches us to look outwards instead of understanding that we are hurting ourselves vibrationally for the sins that we create, because we are all creation. We are constantly creating.